Welcome to the Marvel Future Fight V600 stream, V610 update stream, version 620 update stream. I am your host, Kim, and as always, I'm very happy to be here with you. I am coming to you from my own living room, which is not how we usually do it, but we are living in unusual times, unprecedented times, and we are all trying our best. We are trying our best to work hard, to stay safe, and to have fun. And speaking of fun, it's my friend Cage here. My friend and yours, Cage is here. What's up, buddy? How's it going?
Greeting agents, certainly happy to see friendly faces again.
여기 라이브
Also nice to see
스트림
you as well, Kim.
인사한
Of course, like I
말
said,
담아놨네.
you with other people.
I'm not a friendly face.
You're, the jury's still out on that, but
Cage. I missed you, buddy.
Oh, it worked. I didn't think it would work, but I'm glad it did.
Hi, folks. I'm Galaxy Defender, Cosmic Cage.
A suave classic cage. Oh God. So I believe you're transitioning into another, what was it, in the comics?
Okay, so we are talking about the comic basis for this update. Dawn of X is the basis of all the uniforms. Yeah, let's do it.
all right. So with that explosion,
Immortal Hulk.
That's right, Hulk will be given TP with this update.
In Humans vs. X-Men, and one is Earth X.
The Mighty Queen demonstrates her power with this newly added Awaken skill.
Whoa!
What's up, guys? We're back for another challenge run. That sound good?
I'm ready. I'm working out.
Damn. Oh, get that whistle out of here.
A Doctor Strange Damnation from 2018 by Nick Spencer and Donny Cates.
So for the V640 update, the Lord of Chaos has now been granted the badge of T3.
All right.
Let's take a look.
생각보다 라이브 스트리밍도
Whoa.
많이
Where
했네.
are we jumping off?
한동안 안 봐서 몰랐는데 꾸준히 하고 있었네. 코로나
Right. So
시국에.
like you said, this one's called Guardians United, and he's summoning all of his trusty allies to aid in this attack while he does sweet dance moves across the battlefield.
All right, everyone. Take care, and we will see you next time. Till next time, agents. Till next time, agents.
So long.
Until next time, agents.
bye-bye.
And till next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
다운로드 마블 퓨처 파이트.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Marvel Future Fight V700 stream. That is right, this is the 6-year anniversary for Marvel Future Fight. And we have
700
a lot to celebrate in it
stream.
today. I was just enjoying that highlight reel of the streams that we've been working on over the past year, and that was a lot of fun to think about and reminisce about. And I know some of you saw in your respective platforms where you're watching this very live stream some questions posed to you, but I'm just gonna verbalize them again, and you can please leave your comments in the chat where you see fit. So if you, for instance, I'm just gonna go over the 3 questions that we already should have posted, which were, what was your favorite update and update teaser that over the past year? I do think the Sneak Peek team is just
그나마
amazing. So
제일
hard for me
기억에
to pick
남는 라이브
one. We also
스트리밍은
have
데드풀이
what is your
처음
favorite
나왔을
character
때가
added
저는
over the
개인적으로
past
기억에
year? And
남습니다.
lastly, which character got your favorite uniform and T3 over the past year? Let us know your thoughts in the chat, and we will get back to that very soon. But we have a lot of things to go over because, as I mentioned, this is the 6-year anniversary for Marvel Future Fight, which is huge, by the way, and in no small part thanks to those of you who are playing and watching right now. So thank you so much for being such a big part of that. We have a lot going on today. First, starting off the top, we have a new character coming to the game. I say new, but you may remember his face. It is the King of Hell himself, Mephisto, someone we're all familiar with. We also have uniforms coming for Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic, and Professor X. We will be getting into that very soon, along with some other updates.
굿모닝입니다. 아직 눈을 못 뜨겠어요 지금.
I do want to reintroduce you to survey rewards. There will be a survey at the end
간단히
of this
이제
live stream.
6주년을 기념하는 라이브 스트림 시작해가지고 이제 우리 라이브 스트리밍의 얼굴 마담이라고 하는데 적절한지 모르겠는데 킴 씨가 이제 인사말을 전하고 있고요. 간단하게 여러분이 기억하시는 라이브 스트리밍 가장 애정하는 라이브 스트리밍은 어떤 때였나요? 뭐 그런 거랑 가장 만족했던 3티어 캐릭터의 출신은 어떤 거 있나요? 뭐 이런 거 물어보거든요. 그래서 곱씹어 보면
your email address on the event page and receive rewards on April 30th. April 30th is of course the exact anniversary day for Marvel Future Fight. There's also a coupon event.
저는 데드풀 업데이트 할 때 되게 기대하면서 막 라이브 스트리밍 시청했던 기억이 나거든요.
MFF 6 year. And the 6 is a number 6, while the rest of the words are words and they're spelled out. And you can receive rewards that way. iOS users can also receive rewards through the announcement on the forum. There will also be
프로페서 X 3티어 딱 처음 라이브 스트리밍으로 구경할 때가 되게 기억에 남았던 그랬던 기억이네요.
There are still many rewards left, so be sure to
이 라이브 스트리밍 관련 참여 보상 수령하는 방법에 대해서 얘기를 하는 것 같은데.
Because of all this stuff that we have to go over today, so let's get it started. Let's take a look at this quick overview of what you can
요거네요.
expect
여기 링크가 있네요.
in V700.
이거 눌러야 되나? 아닌가? 일차 지나갔어요? 아직 이거 딴 거 하나를 못 봤는데? 이거 무슨 설문조사 같은 거 참여하면은 보상 준다고 한 거 있어가지고 이게 좀 신경이 쓰였네요. 하이.
Wow, it's a lot to take in. Just looking back at both the sizzle reel or the highlight reel from the past streams we've been in addition to just the
예리하신데?
just the sheer insanity which is this update in itself. All that to say, hi everybody, certainly glad to be back and here to be with you during the 6-year anniversary live stream for Marvel Future Fight. Hello again everybody, and of course hello to you, Kim.
Hi, Cage. Welcome. It's good to see you as always and to have you here to talk about all the stuff that's coming that everyone can look forward to.
Yes, it's certainly a lot. As you mentioned, it's easy to get out of breath with all the content we have to show. And of course, there are several things in there you probably have seen that in the initial teasers initially. So with all that to say, let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first thing we're going to show.
이거는 나중에 연합 톡방에 공유를 드립시다.
Those of you who mentioned in actually the Marvel Future Fight forum is actually a change to the UI itself. So of course, as you see here,
새로운 정보를 이렇게 쏙쏙 받아내는 데
집중. But of course, there are several different changes with the UI. The point of the anniversary, not point of anniversary, but one of the things you wanted to do in the anniversary, the team wanted to make sure everything was a little bit more comfortable and easy,
UI
more easy in the eyes. So we definitely want you guys to just take a look around. Again, we won't go into too much.
생각해 보면은 매 그 주년 행사 그 하면서 UI를 조금씩 개편을 했어요. 거의 정기적으로. 그래서 이제 게임이 오래됐는데 UI를 이렇게 깔끔하게 바꾸면은 또 이제 좀 익숙했던 게 이제 달라지면서 느낌이 달라지니까 또 새로운 게임 하는 느낌도 나죠.
Later, we go back to the home screen. There's Professor X. You can see the inventory is on the left. Instantly right there on the screen.
평소에 이렇게 이쪽에 있던 왼쪽에 이쪽에서 막 누르던 영웅이나 이런 메뉴가 이쪽으로 옮겼네요.
Fun exploring on your own. So you guys can look forward to that. So we look forward to seeing what your feedback is regarding the new UI change.
그게 상단이랑 저쪽에 전체 메뉴 뜨는 거는
And I do want to point out to everyone, just take this opportunity right now to say that the stream build may differ from the live build, so numbers and details may change. to the final version.
That's correct. So of course we're going to go ahead and jump straight into
미스터
the uniforms
판타스틱
again.
타입이 안 나오는데?
As you can see, we have the 3 new uniforms coming so far. We have the Maker, we have Superior Iron Man, and we have Professor X in his classic wheelchair. I can't really call it a wheelchair, though, can I?
Well, there's no
근데
wheels,
저거는
so
No, there's not.
technically
휠체어는
It's a cool chair,
약간
though.
노니폼에 어울리는
Yes.
퀄리티.
So we're going to go ahead and take a look, starting with Reed Richards, the Maker. Kim, what can you tell us so far
컴뱃
about
그대로네요, 이거.
this look?
비행기.
Well, he is, as you
너무
call,
원작에
sometimes
충실해가지고
called,
노니폼에 어울리는
the
약간
Maker,
그런
sometimes Ultimate Reed
케이스인데.
Richards. He is the Ultimate Marvel Universe's version of Mr. Fantastic, and we are
그런 것
more
같아.
familiar with Earth 616,
아직 못
Mr.
들었어요.
Fantastic. This version of him is what he could have been had he applied his superior intellect to malice and evil.
이불이라는 거 보면
Yeah, so of course, with that said, Reed Richards is actually listed as a supervillain with this uniform, so you can look forward to
슈퍼
that.
빌런. 네.
So with
컴뱃
this update,
빌런입니다.
with this
오피셜.
uniform, there are some changes to his passive skills. For example, 2 changes that come to his passive skills are for his shock absorption and his elastic skin. For example, for his elastic skin, in addition to his default effects, his skill and bonus damage actually get a good increase. In addition to that, his shock absorption T2 skill actually gets, instead of 30% damage to physical attacks, it's actually been changed to be able to have resistance to all damage. So there's some benefits you can look forward to for his passive skills, but that does it for passive. Let's move on to seeing his skills in action.
몇 가지 스킬 설명했던 것 같은데.
All right.
All right, the Maker is all set to go. A couple basic attacks.
평타.
So we're going to go ahead and take a look at his first skill. This is the Expanded Hammer Fist.
안 쓰는 1번 스킬.
All right. I get why they call it that.
Pretty basic. It's a stunning attack. It just kind of does a lariat.
그냥
and just
3T를
kinda
채우기
moves
위한
towards the
그냥
opponent.
텀이 빌 때 날려주는 스킬들이죠.
Next up is the Elastic Net.
오 저기 뭐야 손가락.
Whoa.
Let me move over
모션만
to
봅시다.
these guys over here.
손가락.
Yeah.
So like he kind of extends his finger, just kind of lacerates his opponents. As you can see, it causes a little bit of bleed damage.
손가락은 웃기지.
There's something scary about that.
예, something scary about that. 이랬어요.
This is
약간
the
비슷한
third skill.
느낌인 것
This is
같아.
referred to as the rubber cannon. I had to take a few look at this because it's a little bit confusing at what his
3번 스킬 어떻게
visually what it
바뀌었지?
is he does. So first he jumps in the air, just kind of barrages the enemy with his fist.
이거
And if you
용포
look at it one more
없어진
time,
거
looks like
아니에요?
he extends
3번에
his
원래
neck
용포 있지
and
않나?
then just kind of headbutts his opponent.
아무런
Take a look at
이펙트
this.
아이콘 뜨는 게
Bam.
없네요.
That's referred to as the rubber cannon. So I guess the cannon part is just part of his, just the way he just takes his head and just launches it directly at his opponent.
4번에
So this is skill 4. I'm actually going to go ahead and
반값.
redo this because the enemies aren't really in focus on that one. Let me reset that. This is his 4th skill. This is the Mad Bombardment.
Whoa.
와 총도 쏘네.
This is a binding. Let me try it one more time again. Get
저
it from
보라
this
색깔
angle.
저게
This is
뭐죠?
a
무력화인가?
bind attack that kind of snares the enemy, and this will also increase your
Snare.
overall attack and your speed.
마비? 아닌데?
One more time.
이거요?
There's just
Get some
something
cannons going.
evil about this.
저 노란
version.
색깔
Good job.
저거한테 노란 색깔 이렇게 묻어나는 게 마비인가요?
Next is
밑에
the 5th skill. This is
저거는
the
속박인
Sphere
거
of
같고.
Insanity.
오잉?
Oh, I get it.
It just kind of rolls over the opponents. Go ahead and do this
관통이죠
one more
저거.
time. Surrounds the enemy, goes to the
Yeah.
ball, rolls them over,
Wow.
and just messes them up.
요거 이펙트가 뭐지?
One more time
요거?
again. This is another binding attack. And this actually
Okay.
ignores a good percentage of your enemy's overall dodge rate, in addition to actually just
이거 그거
penetrating
아니에요
your overall
이거?
defenses. This is the 4th skill. Yeah. And of course,
회피
the
무시?
developers are very kind enough to actually provide us some notes. So I'm actually going to read literally from what
다치
they wrote.
레이트
They say after using
이그노
skill
다치
4,
레이트면은
which is
회피
the
무시인데?
Mad Bombardment, after using skill 4, you can continue to attack even if you link it with another skill. So it is recommended to use skill 4 first to obtain that buff, and follow it up with a powerful skill such as skill 5. Let's go and test that out. We're going to start with
So
skill
the
number
rotation
4.
is just-
Mad
아
Bombardment.
4번에 일단은 그 버프가 있네. 그래서 4번 먼저 쓰고 5번에 이건 뭔지 뭐 기억이 안 나고 관통인 것
Wow, that's
같고
overwhelming.
얘는
So we're sure many of you guys play might have some
Hemo?
your own skills and different
Hemo?
rotations of your own. So we look forward to checking that out in the comments. And just because we can, we have the T3 rolled up. Let's just see how T3 looks in with this uniform.
아 용포가 여기 있어요. 3D에 있어요. 공격형 용포잖아요 이거.
All right, and there you have it. Once again, for those of you taking notes from the developers, they say they recommended skill rotation is to open up with skill 4, get that buff, and then follow it up with skill 5 to get that good damage.
뭔가
And that does it for.
스킬이 좀 단순해졌나? 로테이션이? 예전에는 3번 하고 4번 하고 3T 이렇게 하려고 억지로 했었잖아요. 근데 그냥 4번만 바로 키고 그냥 냅다 그냥 3T 갈기면 될 것 같은데.
Kim, what can you tell us about this look?
Well, very much like the Maker being a villainous version of Mr. Fantastic, Superior Iron Man is a villainous version of Tony Stark. And
서 있는데 왜 바닥에서 불이 이렇게 나오고 있지? 이거 날고 있는 건가?
The darkest possible qualities that Tony Stark had or has merged into a single being.
All right, awesome. So again, with this skill,
a dark potential.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So for this skill, not for this skill, for this uniform similar to the Maker, Iron Man is actually listed as a supervillain. You'll have 4 new skills, and to open up his passive effect, his passive
아까 3T
skills
스킬
been
모션
changed
어떻게
for
바뀌는지 못
precision aim.
봤어요.
For example, his critical and dodge rate have been increased up to around 15%, along with his energy attack. Again, these numbers aren't exactly going to be present possibly live, so again, not all these numbers are exact. And for his passive skill evasive maneuvers, again, critical damage actually has been increased to 50%, while skill and bonus damage also has an increase as well. So looking forward to that. So next up, let's go ahead and see.
좀 말할 때 그냥 버튼을 눌러주지. 그렇게 설명 상세하게. 어차피 설명해 줄
First skill
거는.
is the twin blade, but again, those of you who have his end game skill, you notice not much of a difference there.
이건 똑같고.
So next up is the new skill. This is skill number 2, which is the flare launcher.
Well, that was surprising.
That attack goes pretty fast. Let's try it again.
Yeah.
This is an energy and burn attack. You can just launches in the air, gives him a good repulsor blast. Boom.
Yeah.
Right, fun, pretty fun. We're gonna do skill.
탈골도 들어가
So
있는
those
거
of you who are
아니에요?
fans of the comic like me, you'll take a look at this. This is referred to as the Iron Drone. So those of you who remember the comic for Superior Iron Man, he had drones that he would use to survey. He used the drones for different purposes, but yeah, these are some of the drones as you can see. So these drones actually cause paralysis while also increasing your all attack, and also giving you a little bit of damage immunity.
Wow.
There you get some good.
It really has a wide neck, doesn't it?
아,
You
피해
guys
면역이랑 뭐
pretty hefty
공복도.
buff.
오케이.
Gonna go ahead to these poor souls over here. Gonna use skill number 4, which is the Superior Strike. Yeah, so after hovering in the air for a little bit, he then jumps up.
바뀐
comes
건
in, and he
2번,
gets some,
3번, 4번
almost
이렇게
like a
바뀐 거
proton
같아요.
axe.
5번도
Take a
바뀐
look
거
at that one more
Yeah.
time.
스킬.
It's like
1번
an
빼고 다
action
바뀌는
pose, swinging a
느낌이에요.
huge sword or an axe or something.
Yep, this attack does shock
Boom.
damage. We're going to go ahead and take a look at skill number 5.
Whoa.
와,
Whoa, it just keeps
So
going.
just with that attack alone, Kim, what do you think the name of this skill is called?
well,
do
I
this
know
one
what
more
the name
time.
of the skill is called.
Oh, you do already? Oh, okay. That
Yes,
kind of ruins the fun of it already.
It kind of kills it, doesn't it?
This is referred to as the reinforced unibeam, not just unibeam, it's the reinforced unibeam. So it actually
I
is
should
again.
have teased you and just said, oh, it's one beam, so I would call it the uni beam. And
You probably
oh,
would have had
it's
me
got
too.
more. It's reinforced. Damn, should have tricked you.
This is an energy-based attack that actually grants 100% or 50 to 100% increased damage for the following attack. So once you go ahead and use this attack, your next attack will get a 50 to 100% buff. So you can choose whatever attack to link that with. Use it wisely. All right, and just because we already have the T3 warmed up. Let's take a look to see how it looks with the T3 active.
3T는 똑같아요.
Whoa.
바뀐 거 없네.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and reset this here. I'm going to go take a look what the developers have to say. According to the developers, they say it is recommended to receive the buff effects from skill number 3 and then skill 5 to make the best use of skill 4 and link it with other skills. So the recommended skill rotation is use skill 3 to get that buff, then skill 5, skill 4, or you can also follow it up with the T3.
Wow.
We also provided a secondary rotation.
저게 대갑인가?
Again,
이
opening
아이콘이?
up with skill 3.
칼 아이콘이 대갑인가?
Give it skill 2, skill 5, and then you can follow it up with 4 or his T3 ability.
There's just so many.
It's a lot to
things.
go on, a lot going on the screen.
Yeah. You know, I don't think that's one or uni beam anymore.
And that does it for the superior Iron Man. Of course, we still have plenty more to go over. Next up, as you already saw, Professor Xavier has a nice little feature.
간만에 라이브 스트림을 봐가지고 스킬 아이콘이랑 그다음에 모션이 이제 논 타겟 이런 거 이제 봐야 되는데 눈이 잘 안 들어오네요. 죄송합니다.
Who you might recognize this appearance from? I like it a lot.
No, I'm the same because I've been a fan of the animated series, so just being able to see this look, it's very reminiscent of the older days.
That logo too.
Just that icon at the bottom. Yeah, so
I know.
So for a quick thing about this uniform is a little bit different in the sense where it's not different. So there aren't really many skill effects that come with it. Similar to Nightcrawler in the previous update, this is more of just a fun skin with a tiny bit of changes and a little bit of addition. For example, for this uniform, the passive skill that comes with this uniform is that you just get a 10% increase to mind damage. Again, that's not really much, but again, this is more of a fun uniform for those who like to collect, those of you who are just fans of Professor Xavier in general. So we're going to go into more details, so you can go ahead and take a look and judge for yourselves.
All right,
he's all set to go. Chair's all powered up. Mine's all set to go. Let's go. That's the basic attack. So
가만히 앉아서 그냥 머리만 만지작
new. They just have a couple minor tweaks. So let's take a look at this one. So many of these attacks are going to be the same. Again, this is memory manipulation. Similar to the mental shock, but the only difference is that it decreases the mind blast or mind resistance by about close to 30%. However, it also does a little bit. It takes 80% away from the energy attack to deal mind damage. Take a look at that one more time. Let's get it from a different angle that we can see more of him in his glorious chair.
그냥 날아다녀서
It's just we can't move.
이속은 좀 빨라 보이네요. 기본이.
Smooth action. That moves better than my car. Take a look at skill number 2, which is the mental disruption. Again, pretty similar to.
It's much better than your car.
Yep, that would make sense. So for mental disruption, again, it's just a skill that decreases your enemy speed and mind resistance while dealing about 35% mind damage. The only difference in this one, I remember I double-checked this, is that here he lurches forward, where in his previous uniform he moves backward. So again, just minor tweaks. This is more for fun. This is skill 3. This is the energy wave. Again, this is similar to the brainwave warp in his original uniform, but the only difference also is that it does 30% damage. It grants 30% additional damage for your next attack. Nice. We do it from this angle so you can see.
All right.
Nice. Always fun. Next, we're going to take skill 5, which is mind over matter.
4번은 안 보여주나?
Whoa. They look like they've had their minds blown.
I see what you did there. So again, similar to mind over matter skill with the previous uniform. The only difference is if you notice, like visually, just the little effects at the bottom.
공격형 용포 달려 있는데요. 원래 달려 있었나?
Again, we look forward to your opinions. For those of you who are fans of the, like myself, of the,
호흡에서 5번 스킬에 공격형 용포 달았는데 원래 있었나?
And that does it for some of the new uniforms.
Oh, you said some in such a
예,
strange way.
맞습니다.
But we'll get
안녕하세요,
back to that
최진영님.
soon. Those all look very good. So we have new uniforms.
간만에 가끔씩 이제 업데이트 할 때 이렇게 라이브 스트림 따로 해주거든요.
But of course, that can't be
예, 맞아요. 녹스나 블루색으로
Those of you
합니다.
who were looking at the market
그래서
video,
간만에 좀 기대되는 업데이트가 있어가지고 본방 사수하려고 알람 맞춰놓고 9시에 빨딱 일어났어요.
You jumped ahead of me on that punt. Yes, we have some fantastic new uniforms for that.
예, 3T 스킬 그대로였어요.
Look here, that is Mephisto. We'll go over him.
간만에
in
알람
just a
스킬
moment.
알람
These are
맞춰.
we have some of the classic new
아까
uniforms
말씀하신
for
미스터
Fantastic
판타스틱
Four. We have for
4
the Human
각성
Torch, Invisible Woman, and the Thing. So, of course, in addition to uniforms,
설명해
these
주나
characters
보네요.
also have awakened skills. So again, we don't have to go through all of them. So we're going to go ahead and just take a look at Invisible Woman's skills.
야, 근데 이제 휴먼 토치가 휴먼 토치 다워졌는데? 아니가 원래 저거였나요? 이게 노니폼인가?
To go.
유니폼 아니에요?
Again, the skills are
큰
similar to the Future Foundation uniform. The only difference is there actually is an awakened skill. So we're going to go ahead and because again we have a lot to go
이게
over. We're just going to
노니폼이었나?
jump straight into the awakened skill.
좀
So for the Invisible
노니폼인 것
Woman, we
같아요.
have the Force
약간
Field Fury.
모델링 손
And
뜯나?
again, of course, you see the multitude of the other Fantastic Four skills. Take a look at that one more time.
I love watching a team work together.
다 나와서 때리는
Of course, we
거겠죠.
have a variety of effects going on. So this is the attack that actually decreases your opponent's overall defense, causing incapacitation, in addition to actually increasing your own critical rate and damage while removing debuffs and the like. You can see the thing
Very
jumps in, Human
cool.
Torch.
Yeah.
There you go. And
야,
that's
그럼
for
점령에서 또 판포 조합으로
awakened skills.
각성 캐들
That's the
조합으로
best way
이제
to
또
see it.
나오면은
So again, of course,
아,
both
재밌겠네.
Human Torch, Invisible Woman, and the Thing have their own unique skills. You can take a look at that on your own, and we look forward to seeing what you guys have
그
to say about it.
싱이 또
So that does it
패시브
for
그
the
버프 걸어주는
uniforms.
게 좀 있잖아요. 방어력 관련해서.
All right. Well, you didn't say some of, so I think that is actually true this time. We are done with the new uniforms, but we have yet to see our new character in action.
That's right. We kind of jumped
Mephisto
ahead of myself when I
보여주겠지?
pushed the wrong button, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at team number
아,
2.
휴먼 터치 노니폼인가 봐요.
Mephisto.
오랜만에 봐가지고
Sneak peek of sneak.
뭐야 이러면서
So we have
유니폼
the Kim
나오나?
Hill now
설렜잖아.
joining us. Kim, what can you tell us about Mephisto for those of you who don't know about Mephisto?
I think a lot of us know who Mephisto is. This is a much lauded Marvel character. He is, you know, from another dimension, a demon,
네, 메피스토가
king of a
있습니다.
little pocket of the world he likes to call hell.
Oh, he likes to call it.
Adversary
Okay.
to many.
저도 사실
That's
메피스토라는
right.
캐릭터는
So, he
여기서
has
처음 봐요.
now this is a very unique character. The developers gave us a lot of notes with this, so we're going to try to sum it up the best way we can.
제가
Those of you who already,
알기로는
suspect those
고스트
of you who've seen the teaser as well,
라이더랑
of course, he is a
그다음에
natural
닥터 스트레인지랑
super
연관이
villain,
있는 걸로 알고 있어요.
and he has. I'm sorry, I might have jumped ahead of my notes again. But yes, so let's go ahead and just jump straight into his passive
고스트
skills.
라이더는
For
정확하게
example,
모르겠는데
one of the
아마
passive
닥터
skills
스트레인지랑
is
연관이
burning,
있는 걸로.
Resurrection, and of course, as expected with infamous character like himself, when he is killed, he revives at up to 90% HP. That is referred to as his Burning Resurrection passive skill. Again, already a threat in itself.
일단
Next, he
메피스토
has
부활
the-
스킬 있다고 합니다.
This
죽으면.
skill is a little bit more
아, 코라도
complicated.
맞아요.
So I had to get this done with my notes. This for his T2 skill, he has what's referred to as Rage of the Pit. So the literal notes I got from the developers, he gains a demonized devil effect, and he gains additional skill and bonus damage up to 35%, decreasing damage, also being able to reflect damage up to a certain percent, while also being able to reflect damage, while also receiving
아,
reduced damage.
메피스토가 약간 캐릭터 느낌이 도루마무랑 약간
A little bit
겹치는데.
complicated if you can follow that, but again, we'll go more into that. We actually take a look at the skills in person. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Okay.
도루마무는 사실 우주의 악당이고
All right, he's
어둠의
all, again,
악당이고
his-
얘는
his
지옥의
infamous
악당이고
glory,
그런
his
건가?
insidious ways. So this is
He's
just his basic
projecting.
attack. This is his basic attack. I'm just doing, by the way. I thought it was
Power.
unique. He's literally just. I can't tell if he's snapping or if he's just pointing. Just giving a little bit of a
평타 모션 보라고.
type of deal. Boom. And I thought that was cool. Let's move on to his first skill,
Hoi.
though, which is the
Hoi.
Hellfire Pillar. Basic, but still does quite a
캐릭터네요.
good amount of damage. Take a look at that one more time. So this does at least
It does look
30%
like
damage for
Hellfire.
every second that is active. Let's take a look at that again.
일단 올해 안에는 이 캐릭터 만져볼 일 없는 걸로. 1번 쳐봤는 스킬.
Nice.
올해 안에는
After
이거
removing
만져볼
the
일
active buffs on
없는
your
걸로.
This is skill number 2, which is the Evil Inferno.
키워야 될 게 너무 많은데.
Take that again. Does a little bit of a stun there, and of course, all those attacks are burn damage. Don't need to. It's kind of a given there.
It's just a
Yeah.
lot
Another
of
skill that
fire.
it's another skill that removes buffs on your opponents, doing burn and stun.
아, 저 노란색
So this
이펙트가
is
마비인가?
the skill that's a little bit unique.
마비-
ties into
마비랑
his,
기절 뭐 이런 거
passive
같긴
we
한데.
mentioned earlier. This is referred to as the Dark Awakening. Now you kind of have to notice something a little bit different. Does he look a little bit
변신하는 게
different?
있네.
Yeah, he looks enormous.
That's right. This is for. He's
아,
now
그러니까 이거
referred to
뿔
as
나오는 거
a
이거 고스트라이터 이거
giant,
이번에
a
나온
stat
새로 나온
notch is a giant.
유니폼
So, of course, the
그거랑
basic attack
똑같이 뿔 나오는 거
changes
아니에요,
as well.
저거? 3번
What
스킬이었나?
makes this unique is, so for example, you can see on his part of his passive, he does decrease damage to superheroes. That's kind of by default. I'm going to go ahead and change back, use the skill again, and switch back to Fiend.
아, 뭐야,
This is referred to
변신하고
as
풀 수
Fiend when he's
있어?
normal. Go ahead and go back.
뭐야,
So when he's Fiend, he does
데모나이즈
damage to the superhero faction. However, when we use the skill again, the Dark Awakening,
변신 시간이 왜
he
이렇게
becomes
길어요?
as Giant. He's referred to as Demon Knight. He now
595초.
does damage to supervillains. So according to the developers, what makes this this most special is that he's pretty well rounded in the sense where when he's in fiend mode, he can do good damage in PvP, but if you want a little bit more of an advantage in PvE, just go ahead and use that.
슈퍼빌런 대상 피해량 증가가 저기 달려 있는 것 같은데.
He's a villain among villains.
일단 저 아이콘 자체가 지금 처음 보는 아이콘이거든요.
Can't trust him. He's on all sides. This is skill number 4. I'm going to actually revert back to his fiend form. Because one of his skills actually looks different, but we'll talk more about that later. This is the burning nightmare.
이거 인간일 때랑 변신할 때랑 빌런 대상이랑 히어로 대상이랑 이게 다른 건가?
They do seem like they're having a nightmare.
So the burning nightmare causes stun, fear, in addition to decreasing their overall defense while increasing your overall attack, speed, attack, and defense. I said speed twice. That's because you go twice as fast.
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and use this skill now. This is skill number 5.
Ooh.
I just like the effect of just having the different hands, just kind of bringing your opponents into the underworld, because that's what it's called. It's called the Underworld Explosion. I'm going to try to get more people in on this. I'm going to actually get them in. I'm going to bring them in. Come on, boys.
Here.
Over here.
왜 자꾸 보여주냐고.
All set. Just do the skill again. This is the Underworld Explosion. This is actually a skill that actually causes mind control in addition to decreasing your enemy's fire resistance. So this is a good debuff to have when combining with your other fire skills as well. Also increases your HP as well. Again, this is a skill that keeps on giving. Anyway, fun stuff. But here's the thing. So I'm actually going to do the skill again, but first I'm actually going to switch it to the giant mode. I'm going to do the skill again. It looks a little bit different now. The hands are gone. It's just a giant tornado inferno that's going on.
우와, 이게 스킬 효과 바뀌네, 변신하고 때리면.
Bring that flame up. Take enemies down. Yeah. And that's it for that.
이런 폼 체인지 있는 스킬들 이 캐릭터 좋아요. 일단 뭔가 구성지잖아.
T3. Let's go ahead and start.
What a surprise! Whoa! That is a surprise.
Those of you who've been playing, of course, the World Boss Legend will recognize that form. This is referred to as
변신하는 디자인은 되게 마음에 드는데.
Warming up again so we can see that skill.
Ooh. This is just a horror show.
So while I'm actually warming up the T3, I'm actually going to go ahead and read some notes from the developers. So what they mentioned, Fiend being his current form, the Fiend goes well in PvP, as I mentioned, while the Giant form actually goes well in PvE, making him a well-rounded character. For his rotation in his Fiend form, they recommend doing skill 5, canceling after you use a shield, and then use skill 2.
5번 스킬 캔슬 가능하네.
Summon, and then use skill 4.
2번도 캔슬 가능하고.
After summoning fire. And then when in giant mode, let's try this. They recommend again something a little bit similar. Use skill 5, cancel after the tornado. Cancel after summoning the fire, and then use skill 4. I messed that up. Let's try that one more time. For giant, it's going to be skill 5, cancel after the tornado. Use skill 4.
경우에 따라서
It's actually skill 5, 2, and 4, but we don't need to see that. Once again, for those of you
일단 그 스킬 상세한 걸 봐야 될 것 같아요.
Use skill 2, cancel after you summon fire.
오늘 아마 상세 공지 뜨지 않나요?
Now let's go ahead and take a look.
내일 업데이트 맞죠?
So again, a multitude of effects happening. We have silent skills
such as silence,
increasing the enemy's overall defense while increasing your HP recovery by up to 30%. Also ignores a good percentage of your opponent's dodge rate while penetrating their defense and increasing your overall attack for up to 20% for your next additional attack. And that does it for.
나도 데모나이즈 변신하는 이 효과가 뭔지 되게 궁금해요.
So we look forward to seeing what fans have to say. If you prefer his fiend form, if you prefer his giant form, we look forward to seeing what you all have to say.
He looks great. He's very true to form, I will say that. All right, Cage, thank you very much for that. Of course, we've gone over uniforms. We have
기대하라고.
a new character. We have a new
기대하라고. 너네 이제 간 좀 보자고.
We have a new UI look, which you're looking at right now, but that's not all, right, Cage?
No, again, this is the update that keeps on giving. So for those of you who've seen the forum as well, again, we do have one additional mission set added to this this update. So a lot of players were kind of confusing, thinking if it was similar to the deploy missions in the Shield Lab. Understandable, but it's not exactly the same. So as you can see here, we have story missions, dimension missions, epic quests, but there's a little something new, and that is dispatch missions. So a little bit of a heads up.
디스패치 미션이 뭐지라고 있었는데 새로 나온 거였네.
And this mode again. This is a test build, just specifically made for this live stream. So some of the features aren't exactly will not be perfected until the live version, and sometimes there might be a little bit of freezing as I'm going over this. So just bear with me as I'm going to try to explain some of the features in this update. So as you can see, I currently only have 3 missions currently open for this. So how this works is that we have a variety of different missions all across.
일단 그동안 만들었던 맵들이랑 지형들을 다 둘러볼 수 있는 곳인가.
The first one here. Here you can select a team up to your pre-selected team of characters, and what makes it different also is that when you play, is that you actually have the ability to not. There is no
아이언맨
cooldown when
3피
actually
아니야.
switching out
그
characters.
개불편.
So of course
아이언맨
you can see
차별 아니.
also, again, it seems similar to story missions, but again, it's a little bit different. We're going to go ahead and demonstrate that.
무슨 어떤 차별화된 컨텐츠인가?
So I'm going to do this. Do a little bit of
그냥 스토리랑 똑같은 것 같은데.
Looks good.
그러면 이걸로 어떤 아이템을 수급할 수 있는가?
So again, as you can see, my 2 other teammates are actually already on screen. They're already doing damage on their own. And again, as I mentioned, there's no cooldown.
근데 스토리랑 다른 점은 선택한 캐릭터를 태그하는 게 아니라 그냥 다 데리고 아니에요? 귀찮은 숙제 주가. 아니 그 캐릭터 3마리가 다 나와 있어요. 그래서 태그를 하면은 이런 식으로 왔다 갔다 하면서 모르는데 3마리가 다 나와 있네.
Look at him trekking on that chair. Take on all
스토리 모드인데 3명 다 나와줬대.
Again, this is an earlier stage, so again, this enemies are going to go down a lot faster.
그런데 난이도는 그렇게 높게 설정 안 돼 있는 것 같고. 미션을 클리어했다.
Okay, pretty simple. We can just simulate shows and displays.
자, 그러면 경험치랑.
Items there again. The rewards are not exactly going to be the same when we're doing live build.
아이씨, 보상 싫어? 왜 하는 거야?
Being able to complete. So what makes it different again? We mentioned this dispatch mission. So it's a mix of being able to both acquire new rewards in addition to both playing, and also you don't have to necessarily be active in playing this too. So again, it sounds a little bit confusing with what I'm trying to say, but this is why. So you look on the top right screen, portion of my screen, and you'll see this mentions growth grade or dispatch. I'm going to go ahead and click this button here. You can notice that there is a variety of slots here. So I already have currently 3 characters displayed because I was playing this mode earlier. And what this actually plays into is actually able to gain additional rewards when not having to actually actively play. You can actually just what it is again. It's either dispatch missions where you actually can just dispatch your heroes and go on doing about your own, your own business, your own busy day. And all this time, your heroes are actually gaining additional rewards. Now the rewards are going to actually differ depending on the combat power. As you can see here on the left corner of the screen, it says growth grade. It's the bonus supply at 10%. And as you can see on the right hand side, it says I could get possibly 110 gold per minute. And just to that, I'm going to click this little button here to display. I can also gain additional
보상이 매력적이지가 않은데. 이 타보상을 넣어줘야 될 거 아니야. 안 이러면 누가 넣냐고.
It's pretty weak. So I'm actually going to go ahead and unequip these guys. And I gain about a measly 6,000 for 490 gold. That's nothing. So I'm actually what I want to do. I want to be able to gain more rewards from this set. So I'm actually going to auto equip for this set for a second. And if you notice the combat power exponentially increased, I'm actually going to dispatch them. Sweet. And now, and as you notice, the gold actually increased to 120 gold per minute. Again, not all these rewards and the numbers, they aren't exact, so they may differ in the actual live build. So these are something to look forward to later on. So again, the whole purpose of this is being able to provide you additional missions and additional ways to actually obtain rewards. Again, some of the rewards aren't the same as what's being displayed here on this screen. So I actually gained a little bit of rewards here, as you can see. The reason being is because of what I was
획득이랑 디스패치랑 이게 뭔
I
차이지?
actually had other characters equipped.
여기 장착하는 건 뭐지?
Make sure I'm not looking at the wrong
파견 임무 같은 건가?
screen here. Yes. So yeah. Again, the notes I have actually are kind of minimal in terms of what to explain for this mode, and also you can look for more details regarding how this game mode actually plays out on the patch notes when it gets closer to the time when it goes live. So that's something
좀 자세히 읽어볼 필요가
the
있겠네요.
game mode. The purpose of this mode is to gain more rewards, both actively and passively. So this is a good way to be able to make use of the characters that you haven't really used before, or So there you go.
All right, thank you so much, Cage, for showing us that. I can't wait to see how people end up using this function. Let's move on to our next section. Now, off the top, I did mention that we are going to talk a little bit about some of the questions we posed to you earlier and your answers about your favorites there. Let's move on over to this other screen. I'm just gonna adjust my camera. All right. You know what? Sometimes it's high tech and sometimes it's very low tech.
It's the beauty of doing everything live.
You asked for it. So we have a few different questions we brought up at the top of the stream, and we're going to be reviewing what the fans have to say, what your voices are on your opinions on these. And the first question that I see here is, tell us which update or update teaser has been your favorite. And I see an answer here from
이제 보여줄 거 다 보여주고 이제 채팅창이랑 소통하는 시간인 것 같네요.
Thor update was great in my opinion. The Asgard update, that one was fun. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that was when Loki actually got his T3. We've been waiting for that one, for a long time. Just being able to finally see fan favorites come to life in that. It's always fun to see. It's always fun to see players say like, "Oh, I finally got my favorite character. I finally got Loki T3. Valkyrie finally gets an update or a uniform that looks similar to the comics." So that's always good to see.
I love it when it's connected to the comics. I mean, this seems to be an answer that a lot of people had. Marek Frashak said, and please forgive my pronunciation, Harold Thor is my favorite update. Odinson is my first T3. Congratulations.
Oh, congrats to that.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me scroll down here a little bit. So Fran EZL ARG says the Runaways update.
So there actually has not been a Runaways update, but it has been a request. We've seen many players actually been requesting.
또 채팅창에 겁나 뭐뭐 내주세요, 뭐뭐 출시 좀요, 겁나 얘기 나오겠지 뭐. 뭐뭐 출시 좀요.
So the next question I have here is, so what is your favorite added character within the past year? Actually, I'm going to open up and ask you, Kim. What was the favorite character that we've recently added within?
지난 기간 동안 가장 두근두근했던 거 데드풀 추가랑 그다음에 와 이게 나온다고 했던 게 엑스맨 캐릭터들 울버린 나올 때랑 판타스티포 나올 때가 진짜 짜릿했던 거 같아요. 그리고 프로페서 X.
creepy it was gonna be. I didn't know they had
지금 기대하고 있는 거는 이제 그 마동석님이 어떻게 유니폼으로 구현되어서 나올까. 지금 그거 하나만 지금 기대해서 지금 게임을 하게 만드는. 마블뽕이 진짜 지금 다 빠져가지고 마동석님만 지금 유니폼이 지금 얼마나 또 동양인 잘 못 그리는 모델링으로 나올지 그렇게 나오면 진짜 실망할 것 같아요.
Which was fun. I didn't know much about the character up until we did that update, and just thought he had a very interesting character.
사실 코믹스 그 구현 이렇게 나오는 거는 그렇게 막 좀 이렇게 막 그래 나오네 이러면서 그냥 하는데 그게 그냥 만족감이 들어거든요.
That's one thing I do enjoy about working this game. Characters that aren't, at least I myself, or many of us, even on the creative. On the sneak peek team, many of you, if you don't know, we start off. A lot of us don't know much info about about these characters until we start doing research on them. Sometimes, but then we start doing research on them, finding all these different, unique little tidbits. You think, okay, what can we do to make a fun, engaging teaser that fans, both people who don't really know much about this character, but also people who enough to make them want to know more about these characters. That's part of fun. But we also wanted.
Speaking of. One person in the chat, Renzo Castro Cache, answered that question. Favorite added character in the past year, Moonstone, and then 3 heart emojis. And Moonstone is one of those characters that I did learn about.
양심
via this
없지.
game. We also have an opinion I agree with very much from Farhan Abbas. They said Ghost Rider T3. Huh? That was a runner-up for me.
고스트라이더
Yeah, so not necessarily a newly added
상태는
character, but
이게
definitely happy to
정이지.
see that he got T3. He's been a fan requested character for such longest time, and I remember seeing the news when we planned out that he was finally going to get his T3 new immediately, just to see him and seeing all these different number of player requests that being able to see like, oh, finally this character's finally going to get T3. We're going to make several people happy with this, so always fun.
I mean, that does bring us to our last question. I mean, some of you double answered questions, which was, what was your favorite uniform or tier 3 this past year? And we have an answer here from
지난
Augustin
1년간
Moreno,
말하는 거야?
who
업데이트
says
지난
Human
1년간
Torch.
그렇게 기억나는 게 없는데.
We have an answer.
아닌 것 같아. 노니폼이었던 것 같아.
down. Mohammed Fazil says Ghost Rider, best uniform. I'm with you.
Well, which uniform? We
And
had
최근
two
1년
uniforms, actually, at
동안
least for
최근
we
1년
had
동안
You know which one
업데이트한
I mean.
걸로만 꼽으면은
King of
Which
Hell
one
or
do I
Ghost
talk
Rider가
about all the time?
확실히
No.
I feel
원탑인 것
bad
같아.
now the name is just slipping from the Galactic. Oh my god.
Cosmic
Cosmic
Ghost Rider.
I feel so bad now as a CMP forgetting his name.
Bah.
Oh my gosh.
That's my boy. I love that comic. So seeing it come to life was awesome for me. We also have from Gil Salinas, same Ghost Rider tier 3. Carlo Stacco, and again, forgive me if I'm pronouncing these wrong. Black Panther. Luis Hernandez says Luke Cage. That one's solid, I gotta say.
Oh, that's from the recent too. I agree.
Yeah. Dan Vargas says Ghost Rider as well. Adam Thornton says Rogue. Good choice.
Oh, there you go. Does anybody say
Yeah.
anything? Has anybody mentioned the symbiote update?
No, not once.
Symbiote
Buddy
나오도 얘기 안 해.
Yonsa says Iron Man. Vova Dark also says Iron Man. Andrew Warren Werwidge agrees with me. Marvel Future Fight Hulk. Yeah, but I know you liked the symbiote update a lot.
Oh yeah, I mentioned even.
아, 재앙이었다고요?
Oh no, for sure. I remember mentioning back when we did the live stream a while back for that update. Just being able to, because when I first started the game as a complete noob, not knowing
그때
anything,
카드
Venom
뭐
was one
일-
of the first characters I acquired,
저런.
and I wanted to make sure I was
아무도
disappointed
언급
when I
안
found out
함.
he was not T3 at
개그인가?
all. Anyway, so just finally being able to plan the teaser.
그러니까 재앙이었죠. 딱 말씀하시자마자 그때
fun to
세공이
see fan
나왔나? 약간
favorite,
스쳐
get
지나가던데
both
이렇게
the uniform
살짝.
and the T3 that the fans have been wanting.
Definitely. I mean, I love seeing that crossover there of seeing characters from the pages just be
얘들 이렇게 웃으면서 이런 세공 하나씩 던지고.
freaking own and be really accurate to who the character is.
It's fun.
이렇게
And like I said,
하하호
it's always
웃으면서
fun to just,
세공이
over the
추가됐습니다.
course of the year,
짜잔 이런 무섭죠.
seeing just the different changes and different features, not just for the added character, but the different game features that give people, just more of a reason to just enjoy the game. It just gives them the spark to enjoy being able to see the new characters, see new uniforms, and whatnot. It's always just fun to see players get riled up in a positive way, and just so that they can just further
다른 거 뭐
emphasize
보여줄
in a
게
positive
있나?
way and being able just to be able to have overall just
왜
have
빨리
fun.
안 끝내고 지지 그러지?
That's what it's about.
이제 대충 보여주고 다 보여준 것 같은데.
All right. Well, thank you all for submitting your answers to our fun little question roundup here. Kind of just going over our favorite
네.
highlights over the past year.
이제 자세한 거는 상세
상세
공지, 업데이트 상세 공지를 참조해 주세요. 이러면서 끝날 것 같은데.
I mean, I was looking at the highlight reel off the top, and there's a lot of you just having a great time in there, and I love to see it.
It's been fun. It's been a great year, and we look forward to seeing what the future has for the future fight.
Okay, very apt.
You're welcome.
Well, I will say that does just about
이분
do
근데
it
좀
for
이뻐지신 것
this
같은데? 저만
very
그렇게
special live
생각하나요?
stream.
아까부터
Like B700 6-year anniversary
오늘?
update. We've been over so much
그
today.
현재 코로나
We have
터지고 할
three new
때는
uniforms for
집안에
Iron
계셔가지고
Man, Mr.
약간 살 좀 찌신 것 같은데 요즘에 살 다시 빼고
Fantastic
계실 것
X.
같은데.
We also got a new
Two new
character.
uniforms.
나는 왜 이런 게 보이지?
Oh yes.
I'm sorry, 3 new uniforms for both,
이분
Yes.
both Human Torch, Invisible Woman, and of course the Thing.
오늘 캠빨 좀
And
받으시는데?
then
캠빨
we
좀
also got to
받으시는 것
look at
같은데?
this new UI. We have our dispatch missions. We have a new tier 3. And Cage, we have so many things going on for people to claim rewards in game.
Yes, we do have a. It's like it's just easy to lose breath. We have a multiple of events to
You do it
commemorate
now.
the six. Okay, I'll try it now. We have a multitude of events to go through for the 6-year anniversary. Again, as you mentioned earlier, we have a pre-register event. Players can actually register their email, pre-register for the event, and require a multitude of unique rewards for that. There's also a coupon event as well. Those of you who may have already seen it across our Facebook and Twitter and Instagram as well, where there's coupons coming out for such, for example, we have biometrics, I believe is what we have. So the coupon for that, I believe, is ready for MFF 6-year. So it's ready
for MFF
ready for
6year.
MFF
이거는 카톡방에
number 6
올려주셔가지고
year. So you go ahead and
받았던
put that in.
쿠폰이죠.
And for those of you who are actually iOS users who are having any confusion at all on how to input those codes, actually, if you visit the forum, we actually have a walkthrough to show you how you can actually redeem those rewards. So both Android and iOS users can be able to have fun and be able to enjoy the many perks and gifts of the 6-year anniversary. And we're not done. We, of course, have a check-in event going up as well. So please sure to log into the game because you don't want to be able to miss out on a single day and lose sight of any of these rewards. So be sure to log in. And again, for updated information, always just check out our page on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, YouTube as well. We have plenty of stuff going on. So y'all can look forward to that.
Yes. And of course, there's always more to come. As the Sneak Peek team has taught us, there is always something available for the eagle-eyed Marvel Future Fight fan. You just never know what might pop up. So please stand by. Please stay tuned to all that we have coming.
Okay, I will stay tuned.
Also, I gotta say, I feel a little bit cheated or a little bit offended because not once I wore this special uniform for the anniversary. Uniform. I can call it. I was gonna say alphabet. I said, hey, MFF. Why not go ahead and just use the terminology? I got all dressed up. Not once did I get a single comment, not a single compliment from you.
Cage, I'm very sorry that I didn't give you the attention you deserve. You are a vision in red. You look great, my friend.
I'll take that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna, I think that is actually it now. So I hope everyone really enjoys the 6-year anniversary and all the events that are coming surrounding it, everything that is coming to the game very soon. Thank you all for being a huge part of this year and every year and the future going on. Till next time, agents.
Happy anniversary.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
뭔가 더 추가되는 건 없었네요. Thank you for watching.